Channel Africa, I am Diana Wanyonyi in Mombasa.
The festive season is one of the craziest times of the year and people tend to neglect their pets. A South African brand of organic dog food, Promeal, is helping save the lives of pets in SPCAs and other shelters this December. Promeal is donating 1 can for every dog or cat food that customers buy in grocery stores nationwide to charity. More from the CEO of the South African brand of organic dog food, Promeal, Tania Morgan-Weyer.
We are really excited that we are feeding pets the festive season. For every can of Petties or Boss that shoppers buy over the festive season, we will donate 1 can to an animal welfare of their choice. The other way of getting to donate a can is also go online onto our Facebook page and share a picture of your pet. And once you've done that, for every share, we'll donate a can to animal welfare of your choice.
From your point of view, why do you think that people neglect their pets during the festive season?
I sometimes think that people don't understand the full extent and responsibility that they get into when they get a cat or a dog. It's not just a fun thing. It is committing to a little life. And sometimes people don't think that through properly. And then, the enormity of looking after them and finding them a place safe, they're going away, or get a pet sitter in, or take them to a cattery or a kennel. They haven't necessarily thought through all of that.
To prepare for when people go on a holiday during the festive season, what do you think they should do beforehand?
I think when anybody's deciding to get a pet, they need to understand that it's a commitment, and they've got to understand that it requires making plans when they're going away on holiday, either taking the animals with them to pet-friendly places or to find a pet sitter or a place that they can drop the animals off. And there are websites that can facilitate the understanding of the responsible pet ownership, and our website, there's some guidance there. And also there are lots of apps like Doggy Do that also allow people to see where there are pet-friendly places to go and stay, or where they can look for responsible establishments where they can leave their pets.
During the festive season, we play loud music and we have explosives. Do you think that those kind of things set the animals off to run away from home?
We don't subscribe to crackers and, stuff like that, because I think we don't understand how that affects, animals and wildlife and our domestic pets around us. So we don't subscribe to those kinds of things. And if people do want to do that, they need to be very aware of how terrified animals become when, their senses are so much more sensitive than ours. Their sense of hearing, to them it's just such a loud noise. So we would just encourage people not to do things like that. And if they are in environments like that, they should just make sure that their animals, kept in a closed room, and, they spend some time with them if there are fireworks, so forth, going on.
So it is the festive season. What would you like to say to our listeners?
I'd just like to say, we adore pets. Pets complete a family. Look after your cats and your dogs over the festive season. Give them love, walk them, and if you are going away, find somebody to pet sit for them. And then we really do encourage them to understand the food that they're feeding, to understand and educate themselves on labels. We do know that a lot of people actually don't understand the label. We've also got a program where they can go onto our website again, www.promeal.co.za, and they can look up Boss and Petty, and they can see how good those products are, and they can also educate themselves so that when they're looking at a competitor product, they can actually understand the nutritional value of the products that they're feeding their animals.
That was Tania Morgan-Weyer, the CEO of the South African brand of organic dog food, Promeal, talking to Sihle Zuma. Time now is for us to head on to the sports desk with Neto Chemani.
Thank you, Tato, and a very good afternoon to you all sport fans. Starting off with tennis news. David Ferrer is confident that Rafael Nadal will be a major contender in all the Grand Slams next year, provided he stays healthy. Nadal has not won a Grand Slam since 2014 and struggled this year, as well as he fell in the first round of the Australian Open, third round at the Wimbledon and fourth round at the US Open. The Spaniard brought his season to an end early this year due to a wrist injury, but Ferrer believes that his compatriot still has what it takes to compete at the highest level. Nadal won